Let's get it going. Okay, it looks like we're feeding out to the folks out there. I believe we are. Shout out to everyone out there. All right, so listen. Here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I want to let everyone out there know you are watching the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. And here's what we did. We actually built a time machine. We went back in time to the first Cinco de Mayo, which was, funny enough, the first Cinco de Mayo was May 5th, 1862. We went back and we stopped the French and Mexico from fighting. And we said to them, what's the number one podcast that you're going to be listening to when we get to 2021? And they said, the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Can you believe that?
No.
Nothing. No, you don't. What?
You asked.
You bastard.
You asked.
Yes, that's what they said. I'm telling you, we did build a time machine, and that's how we wasted.
We didn't use it to bet on like horse races or something.
No, we went back in
Not
time.
invest in Bitcoin.
To the middle of Doge even, which we'll talk about.
I would have bought so many bitcoins and then come back to the future.
In 1862.
Well, I would have gone back for Bitcoin. I wouldn't have gone back for the
Here's the problem.
French-American War or whatever.
Here's the problem, guys. The time machine that we built can only go to Cinco de Mayo, 1862. That's all. No,
that's a very useless time machine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think they even. I don't think they even celebrated Cinco de Mayo in 1862.
Why are you challenging this? Why are you challenging this, Patrick? All right. So listen, go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. If you guys have accolades for the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, let us know. You can put it here in the chat. If you join us live, you could send it to us or whatever. Send us some cool accolades. The best ones you could come up with, we will read them here on the show. I really appreciate everyone going to hankstrange.com. Look for the email list. Look for Lola's deals, as she's always posting stuff up on there. If you go on the Strangerholics tab, you'll find other ways to find us on other platforms. Check out U.S. Law Shield. There's the Florida book, but they've got one of these for every state. Shout out to U.S. Law Shield, and we have a link in the description that you guys can sign up for U.S. Law Shield. Save some money yourselves. Get us a couple of shekels. We appreciate it. I'm going to load everyone into the window here, including Babyface P, who's obviously in a mood. He's obviously in a mood. Oh no. He's got brown liquids. It's on now.
Smells like what's it smell like in here right now? Boy. It smells like maybe a little cinnamon,
smells like
some oak,
teen angst. Yeah.
12 years of burnt oak.
Oh boy! All right, let's get this going. I'm gonna smash the open right now.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
Sure, you smash that subscribe button, smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you could be notified every time we go live. And no one's ringing. There you go. Patrick, you haven't gotten a bell yet, apparently.
I can't.
You get to get a bell.
The buffer won't ring.
Oh. Is that even a thing? Does that even happen?
Click. There you go. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah. There you go. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. What episode number is this? This is episode 760 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. My guests are Babyface P. There he goes, and Shooting Gallery Annie, which check out the shirt. He's repping for that Lotlow.
W. Louis Cypher's Scotch.
Yeah, repping for the Lotlow, and rocking a Fort Scott hat, which we can't hate on that. That's awesome. It's good stuff there. Big shout out to Walther Arms that sponsors the show. We appreciate Walther Arms and everything they do for us. What's going on with you, Patrick? What are you?
I don't know. It's Hump Day. It's for sure Hump Day. I'm just trying to get through the day.
Yeah, it was.
Oh rough. No! I did have an exciting announcement. I do have an exciting announcement.
Oh boy!
blew a huge load today on ARFCOM. And picked up,
Oh God, that
picked up a.
You just made
listen,
me-
you take that however you want. I picked up a L-can. I got another L-can on the way, and I am so
What?
excited. Yep, big load. Spent a bunch of money, got an L-can.
What? So what do you? Where's this LCAN going? What gun's this going on?
It's going on the SPR. I remember I tell this story all the time to boo-hoo myself. I sold my L-can when Marley went to nursing school because we needed money.
Oh, right. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting that you did that. Yeah.
And I loved that optic. I know people complain it's heavy. I'm going to actually do a video when it comes in and talk about all that. But there was one that somebody put up on ARFCOM that they used, and it was like $50 over what I sold mine for. And I told Marley, you have to deal with this. I'm buying it. I was like, all my YouTube money for the next 3 months will go back into the bank account, but I have to have a new L-can.
I could just imagine that conversation. Like, this is an opportunity.
Yeah. I was like, the last one I saw on there was like 1,800. This one was 12. And she was like, okay, but you bet you're not buying anything else for the next 3 months. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Right.
That's kind of how it went when I was trying to explain how to buy a SIG X5 Legion was
Oh,
like going
boy.
to
Oh, that's
better
a lot of
the
money.
channel. And my wife just straight up looked at me and was like, no, that's not happening. And I was like, but hon, I can give my employee discount. And she's like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
no.
Wow. Yeah.
See, I get to guilt Marley a little bit because I sold it for her benefit.
Yeah.
To send, to help put her
You're
through
gonna
nursing
forever.
school.
I see. Yeah. Exactly. You
I-
might as well
I- you
get
know
a
what's funny?
plaque. You might as well get a plaque.
I think I'm running out of that because the L-can was like the last thing that I was like, I talk about. Like, I'll talk about that like once every couple months. I'll be like, I miss that L-can. I want a new L-can. So I think after buying this, I think I have milked that to its end. And
Poor
no more
Marley.
milking of that.
Yeah.
That's like a
Marlon.
never-ending alimony.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? She probably doesn't have any kind of like expensive things that she wants to get like that.
Huh, she
Yeah.
doesn't. Marley does not like expensive things. I've never understood it.
Yeah. She's a
I
practical
told her I'd buy her
woman.
a Rolex. I've told her I'd buy her. She has one Omega that I was like, oh, I'll go buy it for you. And she's like, no, I don't need it that bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? After you get your L-can and you look at it and make a video, I say sell it and get her a nice Omega.
Yeah, well, the L-can's 1,200. The Omega she wants is like 10 grand. So
Oh,
that's
well.
not hardly covering the
Yeah.
Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to wait for your L-can video money to come back in.
That's right. When the L-can money comes in, then I'll be like, look, I made some money off of an optic.
All those
It
pennies.
made me money. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I made
Yeah.
17 cents yesterday.
Yeah. Before we I want to check in with Shooting Gallery Any, but I see Chris Williams is in the chat. Shout out to Chris Williams. We haven't seen him in a while. I know he wasn't feeling well. What's up, Chris Williams?
Boss Hog.
Yeah.
I'm interrupting you. Boss Hog says he almost bought a Smith & Wesson Easy today for his wife. Should have done it. Should have done it. Nothing better than surprising your wife with a gun that's probably for you anyways.
Right.
Honey, look what I bought you. Can I carry it now?
Yeah. Yeah. This is so I could protect you. I could save you.
That's right. It's for
Yeah.
your betterment. It's like education or
To save womanhood. To save
That's
womanhood.
right. Yes.
To make sure that women move on into the future. No.
Listen, I have to protect my behymen. It can't be, exploited. And I need the gun to protect it.
This is gonna go real. It's gonna go. Brian.
Listen, you got me in on a Wednesday, so
Yeah. Brian Quick says you guys with wives and no prenups. Just let me explain something to you. It doesn't matter. So even if what's the name of that billionaire who's getting divorced right now again? What's his name? Bill Gates?
Bezos.
Yeah.
No, Bill Gates is getting divorced.
Oh, Bill Gates. You're right, Bill Gates. I forgot. Bill Gates.
So what if even if you prenups don't last this long? How long? He's been married probably for a long time. Prenups don't last that long. It don't matter. So if you think, prenups usually have some kind of effect within a certain... I don't know how much validity there is to prenups. So it doesn't always save people.
You get the right lawyer, you can get around that.
Yeah, you can get around everything. So listen, Shooting Gallery Any, what's up with you, man? What's been going on since the last time we had you on here? What have you been up to?
Dude, a whole lot has actually been going on, man. I've been
Is that a
killing
good
it
thing
in
or a
the
bad
channel. Oh, it's all good. Everything's all good. I finally got into the gun industry. I'm working as a gunsmith. My channel's starting to really take off. Just a lot of good things. Picked up some new guns, built a couple ARs, and just kind of loving my life. And
Okay.
You put
Dealing with all
good
this.
things out into the world, good things come back to you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I have never been more happy waking up, going to work every day. You know, I'm considering the job I had before, and I just got a promotion, so I'm actually the head gunsmith at the shop. And I run
nice.
all the bound books, so it's a lot of responsibility. It's kind of stressful, but I just put it on myself because like I want to like do good for the shop I work for, and it's paying off. They love me over there.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they could be like, that guy's a dickhead. So
what's the name of the shop? Let's give them a shout out.
yeah, okay.
If that's okay, I mean they might not want to be associated with us.
Well, that's the thing. I've always said like, listen, I'm never gonna try and take away because they have their own channel, they have their own YouTube channel, and they do like a whole podcast and everything like that. It's a very good show. My boss is a wonderful, wonderful person, but I never wanted to like mix.
You're pressing all the right buttons here. You might as well just tell us who they are.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
so when they come over here, they'll be like, "Oh, he really does like us. He does like us. We were gonna fire him tomorrow, but I guess we don't have to now."
Yeah.
What's the name? Tell us who they are. What is it?
It's Cape Gunworks. You can check them out at capegunworks.com.
Like CAVE, like Cave Johnson.
Cape.
No, Cape. Like
He's
Cape Cod. It's
like
Cape
Superman's
Cod.
You know, he's from Cape Cod. He's from Cape Cod.
Oh,
no.
Chip plate. Okay, you're not from Chip.
Yeah, I'm
like Cape Cod.
No, I'm not from Cape Cod. I'm about an hour away.
Yeah, he's where
you're up northeast.
In New England.
You got lobsters, rolls, and shit, right?
Yeah, I'm about an hour away from the shop. I'm on the South Shore, but then about 35 minutes from Boston.
Okay.
So,
do you ever say, "Go get the car"? Go get the car.
No.
Get the car.
No, when I have a couple beers in me, then
let's have a party in the car.
Yeah.
Everyone says I have a strong accent, but like I try not to have.
I can hear it a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear it a little bit.
No, I try.
We're just making fun of it, just trying to get through the day. Shout out to so I see Robert McNeely out there. I'm guessing that's that's the Rob McNeely of TUSC. Shout out to him. He says he says his favorite podcast.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to him watching us. I know crypto was up today, right? Well, I know Dogecoin hit 60 cents. What?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is definitely helping that, by the way.
I think I saw somewhere it's
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I would watch it. If it's high, don't buy high. You got to buy low.
Yeah, it's high right now. I don't know if that's. I have never bought Doge or Bitcoin.
I've never bought any coin.
But I see that it was. I am
a millionaire on TUSC, though.
Exactly. A millionaire. Yeah, so here is, I'm going to use CoinGecko. Let me see and share that with you guys real quick. So Bitcoin is $57,000.
I hate that. Because I could have bought it when it was $300 and I was like, why would I waste my money?
And Doge is 65 cents. Well, what?
What was it? What did it? 19 cents? It's up 19 cents?
No, it's up 19%.
Ethereum went up too.
It's up 21% right now. 21%.
Ow.
So yeah. But I have listen. I'm a holder of TUSC. For anyone out there, TUSC is a fraction of a penny out there. But listen. I really strongly believe that we're gonna have to use TUSC coming up here in the future. So this guy says he's a different McNeely. He's a different McNeely.
Oh, okay.
He's Robert McNeely, not Rob McNeely. Yeah. But so what? You gave us a reason to to shout out TUSC. Yesterday everyone was shouting out Dogecoin yesterday when we were doing
because it's on the rise because of Musk.
Yeah. So
Is it because
he's going on Saturday Night Live?
Partially yes, and then there was a rumor that hit the internet yesterday that his if you look, because his crypto wallet is publicly available. You can see money going into it. So people saw him buying up Doge, and I guess people jumped on that bandwagon. But there is a conspiracy theory that hit the internet yesterday that the amounts of coin that he was buying in the last couple months, they're all really weird, specific amounts. So people are trying to figure out, like, does it mean something? Is there like code hidden? He's telling us about the aliens. There's code in the Doge coin that he's buying. And I didn't follow the whole thread. I had to go to bed, but it was pretty interesting.
I can't do those videos, man. I get down some wormholes.
Yeah,
it was a 4chan wormhole that I was reading, and it was pretty interesting because it was they were all like 5-string numbers, and when you put them together, you could turn them into like ASCII characters, and people were trying to figure out, like, does that mean something? But yeah, I don't I don't know.
So Armament and Axes, who's watching us, by the way, he's watching us on the porcelain throne, I hear.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is how I should have led with that at the top of the show. People sitting on the porcelain throne, the number one show that they watch in the world.
We're the number one podcast for toilet watching.
Yeah, for absolutely.
I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't look at the videos of what happens when you flush and where the aerated stuff goes.
It goes to the sewer gators. That's how you create sewer gators.
That's not weird. Have you ever looked at those videos of what happens when you flush, where everything goes?
No, I kind of have an idea.
No,
but you're talking about the air that pops back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get all over your toothbrush and shit.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. Don't put your toothbrush next to your toilet.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna get a warning call from Lola here in a second. No
toothbrush next to toilet. It's a bad idea.
So there's a couple of things in that. So one, you're saying we could see what Musk is buying personally.
If somebody has given out their crypto account or their crypto wallet, you can absolutely see every transaction that goes in and out of it. So really interesting. I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I talked about it here. I got a phishing. Well, I don't know if it was a phishing attempt. I got a spam attempt the other day, probably a month ago. Basically, they email you telling you, "Hey, we've watched you do naughty things in front of your computer. If you don't give us so much money to this, if you don't give us so much money to this crypto account, to this Bitcoin wallet, then we're going to release it to your friends and family." Which, of course, I was like, "Do it. That's my fetish." But
like, really, that's a threat. That's a threat.
Yeah, exactly. No, if you take that crypto wallet, you can look up the currency going into it and see people actively giving ransom to whoever this person is in some third world country. Wow. It's interesting. It's really interesting. But same goes for his account is out there. I don't know how, but you can see the money going in and out.
I don't know how people really. If someone wants to see random people spanking it off on the internet.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Why would you want to watch that? That's not.
Who cares?
I don't like
There's some weird people in the world.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. Who even gives a crap? Oh, you're a human being. Congratulations to you.
Exactly. So no, I never gave any money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I received one of those threats the other day. But no, crypto accounts, if they're public, if somebody puts out the key, you can see the money going in and out.
Yeah. What is going on here? Bruce Ludeman says it's the number 2 podcast. Who's he talking about?
For pooping? What other podcast do you poop
I have to go back. Yeah. CB says Garantham has lots of toilet viewers. Bruce Ludeman says it's the net. Does Garantham have a podcast? I don't even know.
No, he just.
I think he's being cute.
Yeah.
No, Bruce was being cute, saying number 2. Get it?
Oh, the number 2.
Oh, we're just too stupid for the joke.
Yeah. Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
I mean, it was a good dad joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there you
was.
go.
It was. Lola says, "What the heck are you guys talking about?" We're talking about
Stuff and things.
Elon Musk. Which, by the way, I know this is a weird kind of connection, but when Elon Musk was on Rick and Morty, which is one of my favorite shows, I watch Rick and Morty over and over again. Yeah. You know what he was? They called him Elon Tusk.
Interesting. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was
I
his
guess
name.
that falls into the TUSC conversation. But.
Yeah, he was on Rick and Morty, and they went to an alternate reality, Elon Musk, which we've checked alternate realities, and we're also number one or number two, whatever suits you.
Are we number one or number two, or are our alternate reality counterparts still number one?
Let me tell you.
Did you go kill our alternate counterparts and broadcast there exclusively?
If you know what, if I could, actually, I would love to meet evil Hank Strange. Well, actually, we probably already met
because
evil Hank
in the
Strange.
multiverse, you're guaranteed there's got to be like an opposite Hank Strange, right?
What if I'm evil Hank Strange?
You never think about that, but what if somebody comes to you and like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to meet you, evil Hank Strange." You're like, "Whoa, what?"
Have you guys
like that old Jet Li movie called The One, where they had multiple universes, and Jet Li was just like got down to like 2 people, and they were like super strength. And he could pick up motorcycles. Yeah,
I remember
such
that.
a bad movie, but a good one.
That is a good concept. Like it's almost like it's a sci-fi movie meets Highlander, which is kind of like a fantasy thing.
Highlander, oh
yeah. Remember, like you
have
have
the only one.
Yes, like so all the Highlander dudes were going around and killing everyone because the last one left over had became super powerful.
Power. Yeah.
So
the TV show. As a kid, I loved that TV show.
Highlander?
I've seen the movie. I've seen the movies as well, or the first movie, but the TV show I watched that one.
You never saw the first one?
I've seen the first one. That's all I've seen.
Oh, that's all you've seen?
There was a TV show with Adrian something other was his name back in the early 90s, and I think it was early 90s. It was good. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah. They Edward Andrews says it's called The One. They did make several Highlander movies. I think they made like 2 or 3 before they went into the TV show.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the guy's name. He's got a French name. Lambert something. Lambert?
Yeah. Is it Chris Lambert?
Chris Lambert. That's it.
Yeah, I remember, and I think he's still making movies. But
he's getting old. But yeah.
Yeah, one of those Highlander movies, the bad guy, I think maybe it was the second one or the third one, was the bad guy was a black guy. It was I'm trying to remember. It was this guy who his dad. Let me see if I could find it here. It was this guy who his dad is an actor, and I remember I actually met the guy in real life. And he's like, so if you look at the movie, I'm gonna try to figure out exactly who it is. But anyway, so in the movie, if you see it, they all look like giants and like big badass dudes. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was working somewhere and I had my arm out like this because I was doing a phone call, and the guy from the Highlander movie that was the bad guy walked under my arm.
Really?
This is how
no
short.
Way.
Not the actor, not the main actor.
Oh.
I'm trying to find. What is the name?
Not the main actor. Okay, I was gonna say the main actor is he's still a prolific actor and voice actor.
Mario Van Peebles. Have you guys ever heard of Mario Van Peebles?
No, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so Mario Van Peebles has been acting for a long time, and his dad. Let me see if I can run this. This is Mario Van Peebles. Okay.
It looks familiar.
Yeah, he's been acting for a long time, and his dad was like a filmmaker and everything. But it was so weird. It's okay. Like one day when you meet Tom Cruise, and even though you heard Tom Cruise was tiny, you won't believe it until Tom Cruise literally walks under your arm or something like that.
And you're like, man, you are a tiny little man. And then he puts a voodoo. Then he puts some sort of Xenu curse on you, so you better watch what you say.
But that's when you realize, like, that tripped me out so much, and I looked into it, and I found out
that's a Scientology joke for anybody that's not aware.
The Xenu thing, I caught that. But that's the thing with Hollywood. Everyone in Hollywood is tiny. Everyone in Hollywood is tiny.
Everyone in Hollywood. I'm sure not everyone.
Because if you're a big guy in Hollywood, you have to be a bad guy. You have to be like a monstrous. I can see that.
No, I can see that.
That's what happened to... Okay, Dolph Lundgren. I met Dolph Lundgren. He is tall.
He's a big guy, right?
Yeah, very, very intelligent, Smart guy.
Doesn't he have like a master's or a PhD or something?
Yeah,
I thought he had like a high level degree.
He's he's highly educated, but also like when I met him back in the days, he was a lot better. I don't know what happened to him lately. Like when I see him now, it's like it was like he lived a hard life.
I was gonna say we all age.
But back in the days, he was a good looking dude. You know, before now he looks scarred up. The Rock?
Yeah, he's a big dude. Voodoo.
Well, The Rock was a bad. He was a bad guy though when he started out. Think about it.
Yeah, The Rock's character in wrestling was
okay.
bad, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
No, he started off as Rocky Johnson, which was a play off of his grandfather and father mixed between, and everyone hated him. He went into the Nation of Domination and became a heel, but in mid 1990, during the Attitude Era, The Rock actually became like I'm a huge
We have just discovered a wrestling nerd.
I've never actually gotten into wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know it this well. I don't know it this well. All I know is The Rock did the crazy eyebrow thing.
He was considered a heel, or he was considered a bad guy, but everyone loved him so much. So he was like the play on what they call a baby face. Yeah, he's supposed to be a heel, but he was a baby face. He was the cool baby face, like Stone Cold. He was considered a heel, but everyone loved him because he was, what everybody wanted to be. Yeah, he was actually considered to be a heel, but he was like such a baby face.
Mm-hmm. The Rock, you're saying, not Stone Cold. Not Stone
Both
Cold.
of them, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, babyface, you're supposed to be the bad guy.
I'm too likable, I think.
I know, this is the problem.
Everybody out there can tell me, am I too likable to be a bad guy?
Everyone hates me because they think I'm being evil to babyface P. You know, I'm such a bastard. I don't know.
Hey, Hank, if we want to get down some conspiracy theory roads, we can go down some old like wrestling conspiracy theories, and we can get this going down an awful bumpy road, and we're not going to be coming back from it.
If you want to, you could go down that road, but I don't know anything. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm from the Mil Mascaras age of wrestling. So who out there knows who Mil Mascaras is? That's the wrestling I was looking at.
I grew up
actually, what is that in? That's from the old Puerto Rico territory, I believe.
I don't think.
I grew up, so the original wrestling was done in the Armory in Tampa, and I don't live way in West Tampa. Yeah, that's
Dusty
where I'm
Rhodes and the
from.
Grams. Yeah.
Wait,
that's when the NWA was awesome.
Are you saying wrestling started in Tampa?
It absolutely did.
It was run by territories. So, say New York had a territory which was WWE. The South, Carolinas was Jim Crockett, which was the Carolinas down to like a little bit down past Virginia, and then you had Florida, you had Tampa, then Texas. There was 4 territories, and then you go all over the country. And it was under the National Wrestling Alliance, where they kind of had one designated champion, where Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, all of them. And then once WWE became like massive, and everyone was watching that, the territories pretty much died because Vince McMahon bought out everybody's territory.
Yeah, so people out there, the old dudes out there, know Mil Mascaras. Look, I'll throw it up. He's a Mexican. I didn't even remember that Mil Mascaras was a luchador, so that was way back in the days.
Oh, okay, that's who he is.
He's a Mexican luchador. He's regarded as one of the greatest wrestlers of the lucha libre tradition in Mexico. And I used to watch that.
Luchadors. Luchador wrestling is awesome.
Yeah,
it was fun. That's how old that is. That's how old that kind of wrestling is. Yeah, but like in the '80s, Hulk Hogan was big.
Hulk Hogan's Tampa. He still lives in Tampa.
Yeah, he's a Tamponian, I guess, or tampon, however you want to, He has a dolphin.
He partakes in the Cuban sandwich.
That's code.
As do we all. We all partake in the Cuban sandwich.
Yeah, that's code. That's babyface B code right there.
I kind of don't even want to know.
He partakes of the Cuban sandwich. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Tyven Show, shout out to Tyven. He says I stopped watching.
God, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, Tyven,
shout out, buddy.
Yeah, he says I stopped watching wrestling when Dusty Rhodes died and found out it was all fake. I remember that.
It is. It's all fake.
Yeah.
I've never watched wrestling, but from what I understand, you watch it for the story. You don't watch it for the. You can watch it for the moves and whatnot, but it's not real wrestling. You watch it for the.
I thought everyone always knew that it was. I thought everyone always knew that it was fake, and when I came to America, and I was watching Mil Mascaras when I lived in Nigeria, and because in Nigeria back in those days, and probably still now, they don't have a lot of TV like how America has 100,000 channels or whatever it is.
Channels.
Yeah, there was like maybe 1 or 2 channels. Most of the time, they're playing stuff in whatever language or region of the country that you're in, and there's several different tribes and languages and stuff like that. So there's very little English stuff, and one of the English-based things that they would show is wrestling. Wrestling was massive around the world. So that's where I would see that. And then I came to America, and I would get in fights all the time because I would tell people wrestling's fake.
Oh yeah, that's how you like that.
Why would you do that? You're still making people mad.
Yeah, people would get so mad, like in school, like, oh no, it's not fake, it's real. And everyone, remember kids thought that it was real, and kids would be wrestling each other and doing those crazy moves and stuff like that.
I always considered it fake. I never, even as a kid, I never thought wrestling was real.
Yeah, I never.
I know wrestling that was weird because I was never in. Maybe it's because mom and dad were not wrestle watchers. Dad was not a wrestler type guy, but I never watched wrestling ever.
Yeah, my mom. My dad was too busy drinking and having a good old time. He was living his life. He was living his best life or whatever. But my mom would watch soap operas and wrestling.
Oh God, wrestling! Your mom would watch wrestling?
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
That's
really?
Dudes. Excuse me. There's dudes in there. Like a lot of women watch wrestling. Do you don't realize that a lot of women there's like half naked men running around in there, wrestling with other half naked. I guess, back in the days, there wasn't a lot of female wrestlers.
You gotta go if you really want to watch some good wrestling. Huh? You gotta go watch. Go do a Google search for Turkish oil wrestling.
Oh no, thank you.
Like that.
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. No,
you cannot trick me, sir. I know that.
It's class. It's classy.
Wait, let me guess. They partake of the Cuban sandwich.
So Turkish
I'm
oil
kind of
wrestling
afraid to ask what that is.
It's a traditional type of wrestling in Turkey, where
boy.
You show off the oil, the like olive oil you've produced for the year by having your son wrestle another olive oil man's son. They get into like Speedos, they douse themselves in olive oil, and you don't just wrestle. You don't just normal wrestle. You go for the only thing you can grab onto, which is the other dude's junk. And I'm not even kidding. Somebody
No.
You go hand down the pants to the other dude's junk because it's the only thing you can grab onto, and then you wrestle. Absolutely, 100% real. I'm not making it up. Not making it up.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Please tell me you go through like a BTM when you watch this.
Why do I want to see a thing where dudes have to grab? I don't want any.
Where do you find this?
Why do you want to touch other dudes?
I had it sent to me by somebody.
Yeah. Is that where the saying?
I've been all over the internet
like
here. Okay?
grabbing another dude. Yes, you have. You know what?
I've been all over the internet.
You are going.
I'd love to see your.
He's gonna get internet AIDS.
TikTok. Yeah, I'd love to see his TikTok
my search history.
Yeah,
TikTok.
I don't have to. So I've never used TikTok. Never used TikTok.
Oh, I love TikTok. I've been using it, and
Marley does too. I'll come to bed some nights and she's sitting there watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have more of a following on TikTok than I do on YouTube, ironically, and I do like a lot of gun stuff over there. Yeah, it's crazy views depending on what you put. It's still like kind of it censors a lot of like pro 2A stuff, but if you were to, it's much easier to get like monetized on TikTok than it is on YouTube. So especially for like smaller creators like me, like where I have one video on there right now that's 70,000 views.
Oh, cool.
And then I have a couple others that are over 15, 20, and and I'm at like I gained 1,500 followers in one night over one video
on TikTok.
So yeah.
So you're bigger on TikTok than on YouTube.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't,
What,
I
So-
don't
stuff on
understand.
TikTok, or is it other? Do you just do like
Yeah,
life?
yeah, exactly. Good question.
No,
And let's see if
I
we
do
can
a little
find
bit
your
of everything.
What's your TikTok? Do I even have TikTok? I don't know.
Yeah, you do. I follow you.
Oh.
Shooting gallery any.
He's never. Hank has clearly never used it.
I don't have the
Yeah.
app apparently. Let me see. No.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of gun
He goes-
stuff over there. I'll throw some
Hank's the type that'll
gunsmithing
go
stuff
and
up.
sign up, like secure his name on every platform just in case it blows up. That he can go, yeah, I got my name over there.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I definitely don't have the app on my phone. I think I probably deleted it when. But let me see. I'm gonna try to load it while we're talking here. Let's see if I can get up on the. Let's see if I can get up on the TikTok and see your. Or are you putting up on TikTok the same? So you put the same stuff on Instagram?
Yep. No, Instagram, it's weird. Like Instagram, I've been finding a lot because I finally got into the BOP, so I've been like sporting that patch every time I can at the my bench. So like I'll show off stuff I'm doing at work, like guns I'm working on, or I'll show off like that's where like I do most of my following on Instagram because my Facebook is kind of like but my Instagram is where I kind of I don't care.
I wish
I don't do Twitter.
I wish I
'cause
could
don't
get rid of
understand
it, but if you want to have a like social media Facebook, you have to have a personal as well. It's a huge
Yeah,
thing.
I have
Otherwise, I'd get
both.
rid of it.
Yeah, I have both, so I rarely post over there. Like I'm on almost every platform you can probably think of. I don't do Twitter because I never understood it,
I hate
but
Twitter.
I'm on
I never
Parler.
use it either.
Yeah, I knocked TikTok forever, and God love my wife. She was like, "You should definitely do it. You can get big views." And I'm like, "That it's dumb. I'm not doing it." And one day I downloaded the app, and it just took off. And I'm like, "Wow, I've never seen this much growth." I've been doing YouTube for like 3 years, and I'm at 596 subscribers right now. But in the 2-3 months I'm doing TikTok, I'm almost at 3,000 followers. So
I'm gonna throw up
wow.
I'm gonna throw your YouTube channel up here while we're talking.
It just goes to show that YouTube artificially
suppress. Yeah, they suppress.
Yeah, they artificially suppress our channels.
Yeah,
100%.
So here is Shooting Gallery NE for you guys. You need to go subscribe. I see that you had Flying Rich on there yesterday.
Oh yes,
there you
good
go.
friend of mine.
Yeah, so you guys should subscribe to that. And then here's Babyface Peas. I'm not subscribed here to any of these because I'm not signed in on this. I'm not signed in over here, for anyone who's wondering. Patrick put out a sub 2K video the other day. I'm subscribed to you.
I am thinking about getting rid of that gun.
You don't like it?
I do not like it, Sam. I am.
Really?
Really?
It is the most uncomfortable 9mm carbine I've fired. I think, honestly, it's going to require a bunch of upgrades to make it really nice. But then at that point, it's like, what's the point of owning it if I have to put another $500 to like pimp it out?
Mm-hmm.
I
like the color.
I hate to be that guy, but the high point carbine, that thing's been killing it. It's just
wait. So you're saying
No.
let me get this straight?
Yes, I am,
Patrick. You're
I'm saying
you
exactly
like
what you're about to say.
you like the high point carbine over the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. Interesting.
The only positive thing for the Sub 2000, or the main top positive thing about the Sub 2000 is one, Glock mags. People like Glock mags. But foldability. It's as something like, if it was something that I want, I would put it somewhere, like stow it away in a backpack, carry it in the woods, something like that. I think it'd be pretty good. As your everyday 9mm carbine, well, one, I'm spoiled by the MP5 because that's the best 9mm carbine ever made. But beyond that, I don't, cause there's some better ones out there.
So I would say, and I do have a Sub 2000. Even from like Gen 1, I had the Sub 2000. I would agree. I think like the MP5 is a really good gun. I would say that the Sub 2000 is like really purpose designed, mostly to go under a seat, like a car seat, like a truck gun.
If you use I think I went into it thinking of it as like, oh, this could be somebody's main 9mm carbine, and I really don't think it's that. Like, if you go into it thinking of it as like a last ditch kind of gun, or a stow it under a seat kind of gun, travel with it in a backpack, absolutely, I think it'd be really good for that because it's small, it's light, folds up. I just went into it expecting it not to outcompete something like an MP5, but I thought of it as a full-time 9mm carbine, and it's really, without modifications, it's really not that.
Wow. Okay.
I would. I don't know. I've worked on them a little bit at work, upgrading them and stuff like that. I've had the chance to actually shoot a lot of different pistol caliber carbines, and I hate saying this because I used to trash the company forever because it was just I didn't agree with how expensive their guns were. But the MPX to me is probably is on the upper scale. I don't think it's worth almost $2,000, but
yeah, I'm with you there. It's a cool ass gun though.
Because we in mass we can only have the rifles. We can't have pistol versions of guns like that. So we have like rifle versions of PC carbines, rifle versions of the MPX, the high points. We can have Keltex, but
you have,
any type like
you guys have an FA? Can you make an SBR?
Yeah, you can make an SBR, but you have to follow state assault weapons bans. So you'd have to pin and weld the stock. You'd have to pin the actual like butt stock. Because it's weird because we had to do it on an MCX because the guy SBR'd his MCX, but since he was getting a short barrel, we had to pin the stock because as far as I know, I tried not to get too because you can go down rabbit holes with mass general law. There's certain things that you can and can't do, but certain guns are still like okay. Like we can't have A2 bird cages. We can't have flash hiders. We're still living in the 1994 assault weapons ban. It was reinterpreted in 2004, and then in 2016, our Attorney General reinterpreted the law again to where we can't have AR-15s, we can't have AK-47s. Glocks have been pretty much It's kind of you're behind enemy lines here. It's the East Coast, California.
Yeah, it's
man.
There's been a lot of nonsense going on there for a long time, which is kind of sad and crazy.
That is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we all get amped up. I have to explain. Yeah.
I'm literally surrounded by things that are
you taking it for granted.
completely illegal for you.
Yeah, I'd show.
Like how much illegality? Hold on, let me show off. I'm gonna do a little showing off.
Oh boy.
So multiple levels of illegal, right? Because it's not pinned.
Those mags automatically nope.
Oh yeah, all of those 30 rounders.
Nope.
Plenty of those 30 rounders. Let's see. Let's see what's over here against the wall.
Look at that evil, that den of evilness.
I know. Look at AK.
So here's the thing. You could have those rifles as long as they're grandfathered in. There's three ways you can do it. You can have an AR-15, but there's two ways. One, you can have a pre-94 and pay upwards of $2,000, maybe $3 to $4 sometimes for a Colt SP01 or a 6920. Or an Olympic Arms, one of those pre-94 assault weapons ban guns. Or you can have, like an M&P Sport, but it has to be manufactured and registered to you before July 20th of 2016. And if it's before that date, you still have to have a pinned and welded barrel and a pin stock.
Mm-hmm. What is pinned and welded? You can't have a flash hider on it?
Nope. What happens is we have to crack off the A2 flat. I have to do it at work all the time. I actually did a video on my channel on how we do it. You have to take the birdcage off. Usually we'll put a lot of if it's like an AR, we'll put like Yankee Hill muzzle brakes on there. Or if it's a 9mm carbine, we'll do the VG6 Precision Epsilon muzzle brakes, which I really like. Those. But
why is
brakes.
A2 evil? What's wrong with what makes the A2
it's named
evil
specifically?
They consider it.
Because
it's a
weapon
hider.
of war. But
a muzzle brake is fine.
It's exactly. I know.
Muzzle brake is fine.
It sounds dumb.
And threads are not fine.
So here's the thing.
Right?
So for instance, a Keltec SU16, you can have those like the C models and stuff like that. But if they also have a threaded barrel. But the thing is, the second you change that out to get the pistol grip stock, you have to then put a muzzle brake on and have a threaded barrel. If they consider it two evil features, so to say the two evil features would be a detachable 30-round magazine
so bad.
and a pistol grip. So that means you could not have a threaded barrel and an adjustable stock. So you are allowed two evil features.
I blame Matt Damon for all of this.
That's insane. That's just pure crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So what we do to pin and weld.
Sense.
No, it doesn't. It's completely arbitrary, and they have no.
Mhm.
We've tried to challenge it in the Supreme Court, and it got shot down a couple of years back when they shut down like 10 cases, and one of them was the assault reinterpretation. But when we hit the pin and weld
Are
muzzle
your
brakes, I have
judges-
to throw it in.
Mhm.
Your judge is all anti-gun.
It's Massachusetts, of course. And everything
I don't
is
know a whole lot
anti-gun
about
Mass.
Mass.
Mass-
Oh,
unfortunately.
it's horrible.
Remember,
It's
Mass was
horrible.
before New York City. So what I mean
Yeah.
by that is that it's an older place than New York City, isn't
Mhm.
You guys have
The
some
Pilgrims
similarities?
landed here.
Yeah, this is where the Pilgrims were landed. We didn't land on what is the thing? We didn't
Plymouth Rock.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
Landed on.
It landed on us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or people can track back to like when their families came over on the Mayflower to
Yeah. Those are like the douchey people of the area where they're like, "Oh, my family came over the Mayflower." It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
get
care.
back on the Mayflower, mofo's.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
'Cause
I can't even
You
You
imagine.
forgot
Yeah.
why
So
you forgot why they came over here from England in the first place.
Right?
And it's sad.
I'm so used to just having whatever the hell I want. The only thing I don't have is a machine gun. Well, as far as everybody knows, because I haven't had the money to buy a taxi.
Yeah,
Well, that's
allegedly.
the thing too, is they forget that this is actually a place where liberty was started. If you go back to the American Revolution, the Battle of Bunker Hill, the first shots were fired in the American Revolution. The Boston Tea Party, where you can go through the entire history of
It's
our
shameful.
nation,
It's shameful.
and
It is.
a
It
place
really is.
where our liberty, it really sucks, And now
It-
you guys like me who I have to now put a dowel rod through I throw a beautiful, like we had to do it today. We had a Battle Arms 9mm carbine. Those things are like $2,000. All right, so I had to put a Lantac muzzle brake on to take an A2 flash hider off, and then I have to put it in my mill, drill it, put a dowel rod in, and then put it up in the TIG welded so you can't unthread the muzzle. It's a bunch of process.
You know what's funny? You know what's really funny? And it doesn't matter because we make these whatabouts all the time. If somebody wanted to have an illegal suppressor and put it on, one, they would just go buy a gun that has a threaded barrel or order a threaded barrel off the internet and have it shipped.
And how
Or
easy
two,
is it to chop
you
a
just
barrel
take a
and
die
thread it?
grinder.
Yeah.
You take a die grinder and you mark off that TIG weld and pop the pin out, and then you got a threaded barrel. It's only affecting law-abiding people. It doesn't affect anybody that wants to. Like, if I was going to go commit crimes, I'll just make a machine gun. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm doing criminal shit.
I also got I even got to pin magazines to 10 rounds. So, like, for instance, we get a lot of that's a lot of my content on TikTok. I have a video that's 73,000 views.
Yeah,
And it's we have a pinning a SIG M17.
I'm throwing up your TikTok here, by the way. Let's see, I'm going to go to it to show people. Everyone out there who does have a TikTok, I go in here and follow Shooting Gallery NE. Here we go.
I can't even fucking imagine having to be limited
and I'm
to 10
following
rounds.
you on the TikTok. Oh, look at you, man! You got 2,500 followers on the Tickety Talk.
Yeah, like I'd love to have that on YouTube.
Which is but you should put more. You should post on. Do you post on there every day?
I try every other day. I try not to I throw because I have two YouTube channels, so I'll keep scrolling down. I'll tell
I'm
you
looking for the big video. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right there. I see it right here.
Yep.
Right here.
TikTok is working for you?
Do it.
Yeah.
Reel through the bottom?
And now that's a 24-round mag.
That's a perfectly good freaking magazine.
SIG has to be mad about this. This is sacrilege.
This is how we can actually sell guns like this because we have to pin
wait. So the guns come in full magazines, and then you have to go and do this before they can be sold at the shop?
I have to fabricate magazine blocks to put them in there. It's
there's a market here, by the way.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
So
there's a few of them up there where we have to see what I have to do to certain guns.
So now
wow.
That would go to a customer. Like that's a gun that would now sit in the shop and is legal to be sold to a customer because you have pinned the magazine.
Yep. That's the only thing that has caused it to the magazine is the only thing that would keep it off because there's two mass compliant rosters So there's the mass compliant roster, but then there's the super secret roster that no one can see. So for a while, like we can't get brand new Glocks in Massachusetts. You can only get
You
ones
guys
that were
literally
made.
are the California of the Northeast.
Yeah, New Jersey has worse laws because they can't really get concealed weapons permits. But when it comes to compliance, we can't have AR pistols. We have to have a lot of fixed mags. Like on my channel, I do a lot of fixed mag AR builds. So like Darkstorm Industries are huge. We have a local company, JC Arms, because when they came down with the assault weapons ban, he stepped up, got his SOT, and started manufacturing fixed mag AR-15s. And for a while, they were the only fixed mag AR-15 lowers in the state.
What exactly is how does a fixed mag AR work? What causes it?
So there's a couple ways. Yeah, there's a couple ways you could. Yeah, so for instance, JC Arms, because I have to fix a lot of them too at work. So but the problem is once you fix say for instance, Santan Tactical, they make upper and lowers. We used to do this at work where it's a special way we do it where you take out the magazine on a say for an AR-15, your magazine release button. You take that out. There's a special part you have to put in, crank it down. I'll throw some JB Weld rock set in there where you can't get in there. But that's technically you're manufacturing a receiver. So then we have to get it to an engraver. You have to have an SOT for this. I'm not a lawyer. Yeah, I'm not a lawyer, I'm roughly going over what you have to do. But then, for instance, Darkstorm Industries, they have their own way of fixing magazines where, like, you can't convert it to a regular magazine. So it's a special way they do it. And then you can once you have a fixed mag.
Yeah, go ahead.
Once you have a fixed magazine AR, you can actually. That's the only way you can have an AR-15 pistol. It has to be fixed to 10 rounds. So you'd have a fixed 10-round AR-15 receiver. And you can build it in 300 blackout or whatever, and you can get but once you have that, that's how you can get an adjustable SB tactical brace, a non-pin and welded muzzle, because you pin the mag, so you only technically have one evil feature. So there's a lot of rigmarole that you got to go through.
If I were a criminal, how difficult would it be for me to either get a non-compliant firearm or turn a compliant firearm into a non-compliant firearm? Fairly simple.
I don't know. I'm a law-abiding citizen. That's
what I'm saying.
Let's pretend you were a wrestler. You're a wrestler, and it's not real, and it's in the script that you're the heel.
Easy.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Well, that's the thing. Think of it with the same thing with Polymer 80. That's why everyone's all up and on, is because you get shitty people that do shitty things with Polymer 80s, and they sell them on a black market, and it gets a bad annotation on gun owners that actually follow the laws and they don't want to.
The laws don't matter to criminals, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what criminals do. They don't give a shit about any laws. This is why they signed up for the profession called being a criminal. Unless you decide to criminalize law-abiding people.
Yeah, it's a long process, and I do feel bad because that's why I was originally this second build series I just did. I'm gonna be releasing a couple of videos out on it. I built a 16-inch AR-15. I was originally gonna do a pistol, but I'm like, why would I do a fixed mag AR pistol? Because I'm only gonna have 10 rounds. Me personally, I don't find the use of having a 10-round fixed mag AR-15 pistol, just so I can have an adjustable SBA-3 and I can have a unpinned and welded muzzle. So I was like, whatever. Before I registered it and made it into an actual firearm.
Patrick's mind is
my mind is just blown by this.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So now with the rifle, at least I had the fixed mag. I can still have a adjustable stock and an unthreaded, unpin and welded muzzle. So it's like, and that's the thing. And the thing that sucks for me is I work so hard to get into the industry. Mm-hmm. This was my passion. It does suck that I grew up in probably one of the most anti-gun states in the country. Mm-hmm. This stuff is
Matt
causing
Morrison
me to
says move to New Hampshire. Wink.
I'm done with the cold. I want Florida or the South. I really want Florida.
I've never even considered not having the liberties that I have because I just have them. I just have a pile of 30-round MP5
people in Massachusetts gave it up before a lot. I'm not saying there were. Look, there's a lot of good gun companies that were at least started out in Massachusetts, but at the time when people gave all of this up, this wasn't like people didn't really realize in mass what they were doing, right? And they weren't able to fight back. This kind of thing in Florida could happen if people don't pay attention. You know,
Exactly.
it's difficult for a lot of, like, lately, how there's all these new gun owners coming online and buying ARs and stuff like that. They don't realize how in other states it's not even a
I can't even fathom having to follow the stupidity that that is these laws. It doesn't.
Yeah,
make sense.
we have, and it sucks when we have new gun owners coming into the shop. And the rare occasion I do kind of go on the floor because I'm in my own shop. I don't try to venture out because it's a madhouse. We the shop I work at is very fortunate. They have a full working range. They have classrooms. They teach classes there all the time. We have a great inventory selection. So we get a lot of people coming from all over the state, and these new gun owners that are coming in, and they're just like, oh, I want this. They can get a 15-round mag, and we're like, well, no, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, you can't get this. Because of this reason. Or, hey, for instance, I want to get the new Springfield Hellcat, or I want to get the new Shield Plus. Those guns aren't mass compliant yet because they haven't gone through a very expensive process for customers to
It just doesn't make sense. I couldn't imagine just going
Patrick,
online and ordering
you know what's tripping me out the most? Like, I know I've heard of this.
Online.
Yeah, I've heard of this before.
Get your fucking ammo.
Patrick,
how do you have to go? Like, you can't get it shipped to your house. You have to go to a store and buy it.
Yeah, there is like a couple of companies that are literally saying like, "F you, you can't tell me what to do. I'll ship." There are certain websites that will ship, but for the most part, you really can't ship ammo to your own house. It does kind of suck. There's ways, and like all this stuff sounds like really bad. There are ways around certain laws that are still legal.
it doesn't sound bad. It is bad. Look,
bad.
it's bad. It is bad.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
this is why I started my channel, because I used it as a digital platform, because like I want to get out of Massachusetts. I want to work for the gun industry further, whether it's me working in the gun industry doing something like this on YouTube or working for a company. Like I see the writing on the wall. You're not going to change states like Mass, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, California. You're not going to change them. Like as much as you try in the past 20 years. If, for instance, Mass, like this might sound kind of like, and I say this with the most love because I am proud to be from Mass, but the amount of times we've tried to get good 2A candidates and first of all, you have to get people out to the polls to vote. All right. You have to get them educated. Education is the big thing, especially in gun rights. In 30 years since the 1994 assault weapons ban was enacted, and then 2004 it sunsetted, we then reinterpreted the assault weapons ban. It's people are still voting in these politicians that have these agendas. It's going to be very tough to turn states red. So, and that's saying even if you turn a state red, you
now have to have a Congress that's willing to actually take this crap up.
Exactly. So, like, I was talking to Ghost Tactical one day, and he explained it like this: stupid people vote in stupid politicians. You have to stop that cycle. If we are able to get people out to the polls and start at a city, not a city, or like a township level, work their way up to your state representative and then to a senator, that's how you can actually change over states. But it takes time, and people aren't willing to go vote.
You know what? It's the denutsification of men in America. And then we don't even realize
of America.
Yeah, people don't even really realize it. Like, a lot of people, they can walk you all the way into the chamber and slap your nuts up on the butcher block, and you could see that big the big butcher's knife coming down on your nuts, and you don't realize what these people are doing to you. I mean, it seems like, oh well, it's obvious. No, what they're doing is taking everything away from you, so you cannot resist the government. And you're totally declawed and defanged to do anything except comply with it.
Elsters is out there, and he said, learn to reload. How can you get reloading supply? Well, with reloading supplies being prolific, not like they are now, can you reload without any problems, or is there anything stopping?
No, you can. Yeah, no, you don't have to follow. Like, you can reload. Like right now, I know the shop. Again, this is just like I work in a shop. This is what I'm seeing at the one I personally work at. I go to a couple others here and there, but like our reloading equipment was like cleaned out.
Reloading right now is making shit. But
Yeah, because like I love shooting 10mm, and like it's tough paying almost $35-$40 a box for 10mm right now. 9mm is going, if you go to a shop, it's between, there's certain shops that are selling it for $50 a box of 50, and it's like
insane.
S&B, you know. So it does it. It's, I wouldn't say disenfranchises, but it I don't know how to put it, but it almost stops someone from trying to get into guns because they can't afford
it
ammo.
absolutely does.
It's crushing. It's crushing.
Yeah. So, you know, like me personally, like I'm the first, you know, once me and my wife were looking to, you know, save up for a house. I really want to move to Florida. I love Florida. Every time I go, I never want to leave. So,
Marley and I are never leaving. We love.
Yeah,
Florida.
come on down. We need more. We need more people here that
more
still have their
lovers,
nuts.
not New Yorkers.
Yeah, that still have their nuts attached. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If I got offered a job at a company, and it doesn't even need to be Florida. I'd like to live somewhere where I can actually enjoy my passion. Like this is true. Like the firearms are truly my passion. Like I wake up every day thinking how I can, you know, what I can do better on working on guns. Like I was fortunate enough to find my true passion.
You know what you need to do, but unfortunately we really haven't had a SHOT Show or NRA, and I'm not sure. I think they're still doing this at NRA and other shows. At those big shows, you might be able to actually get job interviews. So if you can get out to a SHOT Show or NRA, you could get in touch with the companies and say, hey, I'm going to be here for this show. Can I interview? Or even you could just go to the show if you don't get anyone to respond to you and just go to the booths and say, hey, listen, I'm looking to get into the firearms industry. You know, you can see there's usually those people you need to talk to.
And that's why I'm really excited. I just booked all my flights. I'm going to Iraq Veteran Range Day this year. I'm really excited about that. I get to actually get face to face with some of these companies, and it's not like I want this to happen overnight. Like I'm very happy where I am right now, where I'm learning my trade. My work treats me very well, but I do want to save money to, you know, me and my wife can actually have a house. I'm not looking to get rich in this. I'm not even monetized on YouTube, but I'm not looking to get rich. I want to be able to afford a house for me and my wife, but also I want to wake up working in an industry that I love, working around guns every single day, whether, you know, in any capacity. That was my original plan with the channel. So I'm hoping when I go to Iraq Veteran this year, I get some contacts with some people where we can get it's easier to get product for reviews and stuff like that.
Joe, I could promise you won't make a lot of money in the firearms industry.
No,
I knew this. Yeah, I knew this going in.
Yeah, there's definitely there's jobs out there, but you know, it's one of the industry that doesn't really pay people very well. It's one of the industries that doesn't have any respect for folks like ourselves, like me, Babyface, yourself, the people out there who do this kind of thing. They could really give two craps about you. And I'm not, look, I'm just talking the reality of what it is. But if you really have a passion for it, you know, this is just a step on your journey. You know, maybe by getting in there, working, like getting out of Massachusetts, getting to any other free state out there, or relatively free state, because I don't want to say Florida is free, but
exactly.
You start
there, like.
Yeah, you start your. Here's the thing: you get into it, and then maybe you can evolve that into doing your own thing, where your hard work and all that will, you know, hopefully reward you, right, from you doing it. But I don't want to make people think that the firearms industry pays really well and they're really nice to their employees, because they're not.
Not wrong.
For the most part, some places are really very good to their employees. There's a few places that I've seen like that. Like I don't know, Barnauls is pretty good to their employees from what I can see. Okay, Walther.
If I could work for Barnauls, I would love my life. My job is another one. I will have to say my shop treat. I worked for my father for 10 years as a painter. I worked for his business. He worked very hard, and I've worked, so I know how it is working for family. My job treats me like family, and I've never had that much of a feeling working for anybody other than my dad. And that's what keeps me going, because my job treats everyone so good, and they, you know, they're in the fight with us. They're very pro 2A, pro freedom. Obviously, you have a shop, but they're just genuinely nice people, and I can't express that enough whenever I talk about it, because a lot of it's mom and pop shops up here, and they can't afford to hire guys for salesmen or gunsmithing. It's you got to go on your own. So you get companies like this, and they literally are like truly special. And the stuff that they're doing is awesome. That's the thing. I try not to talk about where I work on my channel because I've actually had some like fans of my channel find out where I work, and it was like it's kind of a funny story, but they have their own thing. You gotta
tell them. This helps the business.
Yeah, it helps the business. Like they know what I do. My boss both my bosses actually watch my channel. They showed up on my Instagram live feed one time, and I was just like, okay, this is new.
Don't fire me.
Listen, there are some cool companies. There are people who really believe in this. Like when I'm talking about it, I'm saying there's a bunch of companies out there that don't care. That's the industry should get better with that. But I think there are companies that do care about their employees, do try to advance people and all that. What you have to do is try to find those places. But I think ultimately, look, the world is the world, right? Manufacturing is probably a lot like that. There's things involved in there, but the world that we're moving into is one where you make your own way, you make your own bones. I think that whole gig economy thing, there's going to be less and less people that actually get a job, work there for 20, 30 years, retire, get the gold watch or whatever it is.
I don't really like. I'm kind of all right with that though.
Yeah, it's fine.
The gig economy, like I'm kind of like being able to just. I don't know.
Like
I'm a self-starter
here.
Yeah,
you have a cup of coffee at this company for a couple of years, and down the road you get a better opportunity. You have another cup of coffee over there. It's furthering yourself because obviously nowadays it's we only have so many years. Like me, like I know for a fact, like I've hurt my painting, my shoulders, my knees are junk. I'm not really a manual labor guy. My hands, there's how many years am I gonna be able to do it? My eyes, my hearing, it's all junk. Like I blew my eardrums out when I was younger, and then and that's why it's like okay, things happen at work sometimes. I laugh about it because it's like I do stupid stuff where I hurt myself or I make a small mistake where it's like 10 years ago I wouldn't be able to have this opportunity. So it's like I'm just so humbled and blessed that I have the opportunity. Like I don't know, Patrick, you've dealt with welding before. You dealt with TUG welding. I loved your series on the MP5 builds and the AK build. Have you ever shocked yourself with a TIG welder?
It hurts like a son of a bitch.
Yeah,
that's a yes.
I hurt myself. Yeah, I've shocked myself.
Have you gone to weld something, realize it's not grounded, and then shock the shit out of yourself?
Oh,
that's what I did.
Yeah.
I went to go go touch off. It's not grounded, and the arc immediately goes right to your finger because you're the most grounded thing next to it.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me.
It all happens.
I had a Scar. I had a Scar 20S in 308. I was pinning on the muzzle brake. I didn't think that the ground was right on the muzzle brake, and I shocked myself good. My inventory manager was just like, "You okay?" And I'm
it hurts.
Cussing up.
Really
I'm cussing
hurts.
like a sailor.
Yeah. For people that don't realize that electricity travels to the closest short possible, and when it's a human finger, it's painful as hell.
Yeah.
I
see that.
I have a permanent scar on my wrist because I tried jettisoning a stuck case out of an AR-15, and I was in front of a customer on the range, and my hand just starts gushing blood. Like I hurt myself all the time. It's just like, oh, okay. It's like I laugh because like it's not like I'm happy that stuff happens, but it's like 10 years ago or 6 years ago when I really took this seriously and really wanted to get in the industry, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. And like it's like I'd rather get hurt doing something kind of stupid where I'm not going to die than fall off a 40-foot ladder painting a house. Okay, I'm working like today. Perfect example. Today I got a chance to shoot a Mauser broom handle in 9mm. It was they call it a Red 9 where it was rechambered. I've never handled a Mauser broom handle, and I got to actually work with those guns. I get to shoot some of the coolest guns, some of my favorites. I have a chance to build some of the coolest stuff, and like I just get gassed thinking about the different ways I can work on guns and what I can do. Like I'd love to get into Cerakote. Love to get into hydro dip. I learned it when I went to college at Sonora and Desert Institute. I'd love to get into that stuff. Like, it's weird. Like, my mind's firing on all cylinders. Where when I go to work, it's like, okay, how can I work this? How can I fix this? The only thing I'd have to say that I'm not really a big fan of is when I have to deal with warranty stuff with companies, because some companies right now don't want to pick up the phone. So, but I just get so gassed when it's like, oh, I have a like, for instance, we had a couple, get a lot of AR builds and stuff like that, but I get to work with some cool precision rifles and sight them in, and I thought I'd never had a chance to shoot certain guns, and the guns I've had a chance to shoot are just like I've never shot an MP5 before, and I shot
You're
one
missing out
full
on
auto.
a treat. Oh no, okay, no, you got the chance.
Yeah, I've got.
I was gonna say that is. Oh,
it's going to be tough to go back. Let me take a break here for a second. I want to encourage everyone to smash those thumbs ups out there. We really appreciate that. If you do, let's get those thumbs ups going. Flying Rich gave us some money, so let's celebrate that.
Money.
Shout out to Gorillas and Guns right there. He says Joe is my favorite Richard on the channel. Everybody, this is what Flying Rich says about everyone.
I'm actually, I gotta give a big shout out to Flying Rich, because he's, when I started my channel, he's a very, very good friend of mine, and he's one of the people that
How
really,
did you meet Flying Rich? How's he?
I met him through Tyven.
Okay, I was about to say you found out about him through, I guess, this kind of stuff that we're doing here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I had Tyven and Richard on my show. On my podcast, and they were very early on, and we just all hit it off. Tyven texts me every once in a while. I've just met some of the coolest people in this industry too, where it's because I don't have in mass, there's not a lot of there is a lot of pro gun people, but when I'm talking guys like me who I live and breathe guns, and it's I get to talk to people all over the world, and Flying Rich is one of them.
Hank knows that's me.
Yeah. So,
what?
Patrick, you and I have the same.
I live and breathe. Building shit. We have the same. I'm sure we have the same attitude.
The same sickness.
It's obsession. Do you have a hard time going to bed at night thinking about how do I weld that differently, or how do I fix this? How do I make that work correctly this way? Yeah. You got the same sickness.
If my wife was here right now, she'd probably be like, he doesn't go to sleep. He can't let stuff go.
I don't sleep. There are nights where I can't sleep because I'm thinking about but if somebody made an optic mount that was just a little bit taller, this would be perfect.
You know what I lose sleep over? I've thought of the idea. I don't know how to ever make this come alive, because I have I can work a mill a little bit. I'm fortunate enough to where they've taught me, my shop has taught me how to work a mill. We have a lathe. I have no idea how to use a lathe. I have no interest in using lathes.
Get off the mill, get on the lathe. I use the lathe more. I have a mill, a lathe, and a TIG. The lathe makes me more money than anything else in my shop. The lathe is a tool that people either have one or want to have one. There are two kinds of people in the world who either know how to use a lathe, or you want to know how to use a lathe.
So the reason why I'd love to learn how to use a lathe is, now I'm a huge fan of the Tech 9 pistol. It's one of my favorite pistols from the 90s.
Language.
Yeah, now, I want a Tech 9. I want it. Listen, Tech 9's okay in mass. There's a lot of those.
Now they're before the 1994 assault weapons ban. So they were actually mentioned in the 94. Yep, it's a pre-ban. I have a pre-ban Tech 9. I love it. My father-in-law actually gave.
What are those going for? Because I'm right now in the market for a Tech 9.
Well, we don't have to have a pre-ban.
Yeah, no, we
don't have to have a pre-ban. We can have a regular.
Well, that's the thing.
So what's a good price for a Tech 9? I know you.
Oh, that's
a lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Pre-bans are very inflated, so I'm a huge fan.
I'm looking for a $400, $500, $600.
Never gonna find
a lower. So we can go out. We can go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Tech 9 here would be high end, $800, $700. I've seen them go for $5 or $6 sometimes. We here go and pick up a Anderson lower back when they were cheap for $39 a piece. You guys have to get Bushmaster pre-bands, and what are those? What's a pre-band AR lower going for?
A lower, it's kind of difficult. Most people just sell rifles.
What's a full rifle go for then?
Right now, 27.
27
Oh my
what?
God.
2700?
Yeah, for like a
a
Bushmaster.
basic Bushmaster.
Yeah, or like an Olympic Arms or something like that.
I
But
have a Bushmaster that has that
Yours
thing
isn't
pinned
pre-ban.
on it. Yeah, it's not pre-banned.
It's
though,
not
right?
pre-ban. I looked.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because if it were pre-ban, I'd tell you to sell it.
Yeah. It
yeah.
would have
So
been
back
out
to
to
the
here.
Tech 9. I've lost sleep because how I can figure this out.
Okay.
I'm a huge 10 mil fan. I love 10 millimeter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But
Put it right.
bring the Tech 9 back, fix the stupid problems with the bolt, amp up the springs, somehow figure out how to 3D print or like get some type of prototype. Takes Glock mags.
Okay, this
Put
is
it
a
in 10
long
millimeter.
list. This
You
is
can-
not
you
a
can
Tech
have
9.
a rifle
Yeah,
version.
this is
You
not a
can have a
Tech
rifle
9
version.
anymore.
But
a hell of
keep
a
the
list.
same basic. Keep the same basic.
You want a 10
outlook
millimeter
of
Tech 9 with Glock
Yeah.
magazines.
Yeah, basically what
but-
you want is an AR-15 patterned 9mm.
But it's a Tech 9.
It's got to
Well,
be
that's
10
easy.
and take Glock mags.
Get a handguard or some kind of magazine shroud and make it look like a Tech 9.
Again, I'll figure it out somehow. I'm gonna find some crazy a-hole.
That's the beauty of 3D printing is you can make a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
So like take a Geisley trigger. I don't know something because like I love the Tech 9. Like you could maybe if I could find like a regular tube, I could have someone ream it out to accept the 10 mil. But the thing is, the problem is your springs aren't
Blow it up.
powerful enough. Yeah, you're gonna
You blow that bitch up.
yeah, that rear end cap's gonna come in and it's gonna be bad. So that's the stuff I think of. But also, I'm not comfortable with stuff that I haven't done. Like I don't do woodworking. I have no. It's like I'm afraid to do it because I know you can F up a stock. So like there's certain stuff I'm just not comfortable with. But like when it comes to like building ARs or accurizing guns, like I just geek out over it. That's why I love like building stuff on my channel because it's like I get, that's how I
You
started.
have a mechanical. You got a mechanical mindset.
Yeah, like I used to YouTube how to do certain stuff, and it's like I watch. That's all I watch. My wife, she likes to watch Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that, and all those like stupid shows. Like me, I'm like, 1911 Syndicate just came out with a new show.
Exactly. I like to watch machinery. I have a love for
Yeah.
machinery.
Yeah.
And some it manifests in different ways because like my dad is a car guy. He 1970s car guy. You talk cars with him from the 60s and 70s. Oh, he's a car guy, and he's also a so he's a retired firefighter, but he has been running a body shop since he was like 14.
Yeah,
he's been working in body shops, so he's a mechanical. So for me, I think it's genetic. I got the mechanical side of things from him, but my passion was never cars. Never been. I like them. I like driving them, but I'm not a tinkerer when it comes to cars. But you put a gun in front of me, and I need to know how it works.
Yeah.
You need to show me exactly how it works and how to improve it.
The other day, I think last weekend, I was here working on this van. I had a friend over here helping me work on the van. So Babyface is out here shooting. Brings his butt over to where we're working on the... I just went around the corner and I could hear Babyface talking. Then he finds out my friend is a gun guy. End of story.
Not
End
only
of
is he
story.
a gun guy, so my next big purchase is night vision. He already had a PVS-14 in his car. Oh, I fucking lost it. I was like, I want
It was over.
So bad.
Next thing I know, he's like, oh, you got to take a shooting break.
Yeah.
So like 2 hours later.
You can't make that guy come over to your house with guns loaded and not let that man shoot.
He was just waiting for the... No, well,
he was waiting.
The last time he was here, we did some shooting. All he needed to hear was like, shooting break. And
he was I like him. He was... Because sometimes I'm like, no, let me get this done. He was instantly like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. He didn't even mess around.
No, it's like, seriously, when you have a mechanical mindset... Like, if you're the type of person that wants to tinker and learn how things work internally, there's only one thing that satisfies you, and that's working on machines,
Yeah, there's been certain guns where, like, I have to call customers and be like, listen, I have and this is when I'm spending hours of just looking at schematics and trying to figure out how things work. One thing I can't, it still bothers me is, like, we had when I first got hired, there were certain guns that, like, there was still some issues with. But we had a Beretta 21 or like 903 Jetfire, those 25 ACP flip top barrels.
Yep.
Now those things, they're not that complex. No. There's not that many parts. So I replaced.
They don't even have extractors.
Yeah. I replaced the grips, the springs, the mags, the just everything you could possibly think. I literally rebuilt the gun. Thank God Numerich Arms has all the parts.
I fucking love Numerich. I got a shirt from them.
Oh, they're amazing. I just bought a Remington Model 33 that I have to pick up a couple new parts to amp it up. I love that gun. It's amazing. But like that Beretta, I couldn't get working. Like, the amount of money it would cost the guy would be way more for me to really deep dive in. So it was having issues ejecting. And I'm like, all right, cool. So maybe it's a spring, a bad recoil spring. So I replaced that. I replaced literally all the main springs. The main spring I've replaced. Then it was getting caught up. The slide was getting jacked up. So I'm like, okay, those grips go in a certain way to where your slide rides above the grips and sometimes can get into the frame. All right, replace the grips. I put it through the ultrasonic. I put probably 200 rounds through this gun, cleaned it 4 times, spotless, and it didn't want to work. And I'm like, I was going nuts. So, and the guy lived on Martha's Vineyard, so he has to take a ferry ride to Cape Cod to come, and it's like, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to, like, it's gonna get to the point where the guns, you're paying more for labor and stuff than the gun's worth.
You could buy brand new.
So, is there sentimental value to him in that gun, or?
Not really, and he understood. He was just like, "Yeah, no, I get it," but like, still, like, my mind's like,
"Why can't I?"
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There was no instructions.
I would think rough chamber.
Yep, I checked the rough chamber. I looked at, and I threw. What I do is I'll throw a bore brush on a rod, and sometimes I'll throw it in the drill, and just kind of like get the like excess burrs out of there with that brass.
Yep.
Sometimes that helps, but again, it's a 25 ACP.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I'm not gonna go that crazy. So it's like stuff like that. It bothers me. But like then again, there's times where it's like I get those laughing things where it's like the lady had a Jennings 22 that my dad gave it to me. It was a sentimental value. Can you get it running?
Take it and throw it in the dumpster. Well, no, that's illegal. You can take it and throw it in the fire.
Well, it could be a paperweight. It could be a paperweight. I mean,
I love those guns. Those Laurentians, Greicos, the Jennings,
Jimenez.
The Jimenez. Johnny B gives me so much shit about it because I love those guns. I don't know why, but it's just there's something
those kinds of guns are big up north.
It's because it's proof that you can make something function. When it's a terrible piece of shit, you can still make things function.
Technically, and I don't want to get into super details on this, but technically, my first gun was a Jimenez.
My first gun was a Marlin Model 60, so I actually had a pretty good first gun. I think that.
Yeah, my first legitimate gun was a Glock 19.
Yeah, my first gun was a Mossberg 715 Tactical. It was the biggest piece of crap I've ever bought in my life. And then my first handgun.
Shut your mouth.
I traded that gun for my first pistol, which was a SD40 VE.
Okay.
And then
Brass Catcher is asking this. He says, "Did you try different ammo types? Those micro Berettas are picky with contour."
Those micro Berettas are a pile of dick because they don't have extractors. They don't have built-in extractors. They're blowback with no extractor. It's a terrible design.
Yeah.
I mean,
now they just made a new one.
So dirty, it glues itself. I know.
But it's a Beretta.
I love them. I want one. I want another one. That was another gun that I sold when Marley went to nursing school. I would love to have another one. But they have no freaking extractor. They extract wildly, and if you have the wrong ammo, they just decide I'm not going to feed that. I don't like it.
Oh, they're trash. They're absolute trash. But that's the thing. They're fun guns that in the world of like the history of guns that certain people can geek out over. Like I have a lot of guns that are like $100 consignment guns that I love, whether it be bolt action shotguns, 22s. Like that single shot came into the shop, and I was like, I'm buying that. Not only is a single shot where you have to pull the striker back, I bought that very cheap. All right, cool.
Which single shot is it? Because I have one as well. I have a Winchester.
So I have the Remington Model 33. It has no serial number, so it was made before 1964, 1963.
There's something amazing about having to cock the hammer and fire one round. Like it feels.
It's not that.
How long's the barrel?
Not that accurate. I think mine is like 20. 20 inches, maybe 22 inches around there. But like I then proceeded, I'm going to buy 1,300 rounds of 22 ammo for a single shot.
That'll
I have
take
a lot
you
of other 22.
7 years to shoot at one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So it's like stuff like that. But like, you know, you're going to get these guns that, you know, suck to work on. They're trash, whatever, cool. But to some people, they love that stuff. That's what I love about firearms is that there's so many different types of guns that you can get into. Like I geek out over stuff like that.
Yeah, there are fucking weirdos out there that love bullpups. I mean, takes all kinds.
I love bullpups. I love bullpups.
Thank you.
I love bullpups. I want. There's 3 bullpups I want. I want a original Tavor, not an X95, the SAR 25.
I like the X95.
The RDB, and then I want the tactical tuna FS 2000.
Hank has all of those. Hank has all 3 of those. FS 2000. I have shot Hank's FS 2000.
It's a boat.
Weird tuna. It is a very weird.
It's a boat. But it's so cool. I've always wanted one. I'm trying to think if I ever shot. I know you've done videos on that, Patrick. Have I shot that?
I've never done a video. Well, no, I did a video on bullpups in general, but I don't think I've ever done. I need to do one on your app, like specifically on your FS 2000.
Yeah, we need to pull
out. It's such a weird thing.
I need to do some kind of bullpup follow-up and pull all the bullpups out.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Yeah.
I'm all jealous that you got that, and then you have that AK-74 bullpup that you have. I've seen that.
I didn't send you jealous. I didn't send you a link because I'm pretty sure Lola would murder me in my sleep. They're on Florida Gun Trader the other day. It was like 3 or 4 days ago. Somebody was asking $800 for an original Norinco bullpup. I know.
Why wouldn't you tell me about this?
I couldn't because Lola would murder me.
Is it still there?
I'll go look. But it was one that was imported by Norinco with the already in bullpup format. It wasn't a Century. It wasn't anything.
And it was a 7.62 or 5.45?
7.62 gun.
What?
I didn't want to send it because Lola will murder me.
No, we will. Military Arms Channel has one of those.
It was interesting.
He has every bullpup, man.
He has. I actually tried to reach out to him because, I've been doing this for so long. Where in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna reach 100 episodes on my podcast, and I wanted to have a few big names, and I've reached out to him, and hopefully he'll reach back. But
Tim's a busy man.
There's always hope. Yeah, there's always hope.
Yeah, good luck. Well, I'm gonna corner him, an Iraq veteran. So I'm flying down to Orlando. And,
be careful when you corner him. No, I'm just.
Well,
kidding.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah.
Well, I'll probably cry. I'll probably just gonna worry about offending people, so I'm gonna be very quiet when I go. I'm really excited because.
Just cry. Just listen. No one's ever tried this strategy. And I think you should try it. Just start crying, throw yourself down on the floor. It'll probably work.
Yeah, I got a endorsement from Tim the other night. I was very proud of that. I put it up on my YouTube community post.
At some point, that's going to be on a T-shirt.
I had to ask for it, but he did do it.
Yeah. No, Mac is cool. I mean, I met Mac when I had maybe a couple of 100 subscribers or something like that, if that. I don't know if but he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was excited though. I booked the flights last night. I can afford it. I get to see my dad for a little bit, and then I'm driving up there with Richard Hughes. Then I'm on my way back.
Oh, so you guys are doing that's what I call the crazy train. You're getting on the crazy train.
He's going to show you all of the automation that he's installed in his Lexus. So get ready.
Yeah,
we're not taking his Lexus. We're not taking
no, because it's pretty cool. He did a self-service.
By the way, this is from Edward Andrews here. By the way,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, Edward Andrews has every gun. He has every.
I can't imagine living in a state where I couldn't just go on the internet and buy whatever the hell gun I want.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
he's got
crazy. I want the Walther PDP. I want that so bad. I don't think I'll be able to get it because it. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to have that because it doesn't have a loaded chamber indicator. And
get the fuck out of here. Is that really a rule? Loaded chamber indicator was something that they require?
Yeah. That's why Glocks are. That's one of the reasons why Glocks aren't mass compliant technically.
That's so stupid. It's not even. There should be a revolution. You guys need to throw the politicians into the,
Yeah, so like CZ is another one. Like,
into the harbor.
You need to take the politicians, throw them in an arena, and give them shitty guns and be like, "This is what you gave us. Now fight each other to the death with those pieces of shit. That's on you."
Yeah, and but that's the thing. You got people like you got Jared from Guns and Gadgets. He does a great job of like, getting the news out there. So like that's how because I've disconnected from the media. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I don't really do anything because I gave up. I don't care, and I'm much happier for it. But that's how I stay in touch with mass politics when it comes to gun laws. Granted, I work in a shop, but Jared, and you had Liberty Doll at one point having it, and Liberty Doll, she's no longer in Mass. I think she moved to North Carolina or something like that. But
she was on Hank's podcast. I was on.
Yeah, Liberty Doll's been on a couple times. Yeah, she's cool, and Jared's cool also, man.
He was on too. I was on with Jared.
I damn near shit my pants when I met him.
He's
I met him at a rally, and I looked like a retard.
The thing people don't realize is.
He's just a dude.
He's just a regular dude.
Yeah, he's just a cop, from what I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just a cop. Like I was just like, wow, this is
him showing up to a scene.
Holy shit! I kind of fanboyed out a little bit. He was talking with like a GOA rep from New Hampshire, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What?
I will admit, I did fanboy when Hank had oh god, what's his name that did the singles game show. God,
the singles game show. Oh, you're talking about I know who you're talking about.
I fanboyed out from him because that was
the guy who was he was
what was his name?
He's still out there. He used to do the dating show. The dating
game. Let me look up the dating game.
I thought you were talking about Brandon Herrera.
Oh no, I fanboyed out about
Chuck Woolery. Chuck Woolery. Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery. Fanboyed out of when I met Chuck Woolery on Hank's podcast, and he was before the show. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just a dude." I was like, "Oh man, you're awesome."
He was cool.
That's how I feel if I had Ted Nugent on my show.
Ted Nugent, I think, is also cool.
I have a feeling Ted Nugent's just a regular guy.
Yeah, I always tell people. I think I met him at I want to say it was a SHOT Show or something like that. And he comes up to me and he goes, "You and I are the only black guys here." He always has a bunch of security with him, but he'll talk to people and stuff like that. I know he gets a bad rep from people, but he's old school.
He seems cool.
He's an old school guy. He's an old school guy.
Yeah, he seems cool.
Yeah, and there's people that think that he doesn't like black people. He actually really looks up to black people. So
hey, my dad raised me right and raised me on Ted Nugent and stuff like that. So I've been a huge fan of it. Yeah. I've seen it. My dad took me to Skinner 5 times by the time I was 20. It was.
I mean, the thing is there's a lot of rock stars that made their bones off of music that black people were doing, and they don't necessarily give them credit, but Nugent does. I mean, that's one of the things he was telling me, that he gives the credit to these because he thought black music was it. Yeah. And that's what he trained to be able to play and he thought black musicians were gods to him. And he just hung out with them until he could play like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, the successful people, the people that really make it in industries like that are the ones that are obsessive. Yeah. The ones that are I just sat with him and I absorbed everything possible.
Yeah, and genuinely, this is the thing that I'm trying to say about it. Whenever, I don't know Ted Nugent, I don't have his number or anything like that, but whenever I see him at a show, he talks to me. And this is how I know that he's genuine in that. Okay.
Just a dude.
Yeah, because there's people who don't freaking talk to you, and they know you. But he's one of those people.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that's. I think he's cool, good people, and probably gets. Okay, Night Train says Chuck Woolery was Love Connection.
Love Connection. I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Chuck Woolery, I geeked out.
Chuck Woolery is one of the most famous people who was ever on this show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Probably the most famous person that's ever come on this show.
And I got to sit on that show. I'm very proud of that.
Here, let me see. I'll look up Chuck Woolery right now. Go ahead.
The funny thing is, I don't know Chuck Woolery from The Love Connection. I never watched The Love Connection. I know him because he was on an episode of Scrubs talking about The Love Connection, and I'm a massive Scrubs fan. And I was like, Mr. Woolery, it was a pleasure to talk with you. I love Scrubs. It was cool to see you on Scrubs. And he was like, oh yeah, my grandkid was like super excited when I did that. It was cool. It was cool talking to him.
Yeah, if you look up, here's pictures. Let me see. I'll get pictures of Chuck Woolery. So he's been a game show in America for years and years and years. If I start throwing up his pictures here, people will realize who we're talking about.
We talked
that
extensively.
guy. Okay.
Yeah, I knew you'd know him. We talked extensively about him coming up in California in the 60s and 70s when being a conservative would basically end your career. So they had like secret conservative meetings where people would get together.
He's been in movies, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, he's cool. Really fun to talk to. He runs a podcast now.
Yeah,
that's what he was promoting on the show that night. Was he has his own podcast now?
Yeah.
I very well remember that night. That was a very entertaining.
That was a big deal for us to do. And then Chuck Woolery, all of his stuff, like he does stuff for 2-3 minutes, and when he found out it was 2 hours, he's like, "What? My people never said." He was like, "Let's start this, and when I'm tired of you guys, I'll let you know." And I was like,
"Did he go for the entire 2 and was like, oh, that was awesome."
Yeah, he did the whole thing.
And had he had a great time. I believe.
Yeah. And
he told us he did. He may have lied to us. Who knows?
No, I think he had a good time. I mean, if he, it's Chuck Woolery. If he wanted to go at any point, he could have said, "Hey guys, I'm done. I'm out of here." There's other people who've come on the show, and they don't want to give us 2 hours or whatever it is, So
I kind of understand the feeling. I
get it. Yeah, I get it. But he's up there,
especially
with
when
Pat
you're in a different time zone.
Yeah, he gets up.
At St. Jack,
yeah. So I think he was good. He was probably, I'm gonna say, the biggest guest we've had on outside of the gun world.
It was cool.
Yeah, I would love to get who is it? The guy who played not Xena. What was that show with Xena?
Hercules.
The guy who was Hercules is a big conservative dude.
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo
is very conservative. Yeah, and what's the name of the other guy? Is it Antonio Sabato Jr.? I think he's also Antonio Sabato. Yeah, I think I've seen him on.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Is it? Am I saying it right? I think it's Antonio Sabato, right? I've seen.
I'm not sure though. I couldn't put the face.
Yeah, I've seen them on Fox, but I follow Kevin Sorbo on Parler. By the way, Parler wasn't working tonight when I tried to get on Parler.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if Parler is working for other people out there. Yeah, Antonio Sabato Jr. When I show you the picture, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. That's like one of the Latin lovers out there that the ladies always get crazy about. Hold on, here goes the picture. Antonio Sabato.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily recognize. What's he been on? What's he known for?
He's been on a bunch of movies.
God damn! I wish I had hair like that.
In TV shows and stuff like that. But very, very conservative dude. Now we need to get those guys on the show. Come on.
I'd like to get Steven
Kevin Sorbo
on the show.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo. I would lose my. I would lose it. Crowder.
I don't know. So I feel like Crowder's too big. I don't know if he would do it. I'll ask him next time I bump into him.
The big guys in some of the big guys in the gun world, I think, or like even directly in those kinds of circles, it's going to be kind of tough. I would love to have Crowder on. I think it would be.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to.
I think that would be fun.
But you know what, Hank? Think of it like this. You say big guys in the gun world. They're kind of like up there. Personal experience. I was only at like 300 something subscribers, and I was at you had me on your show, so like to me that was like, wow, like I'm like, this is amazing at my size, and like I'm already able to get on the Who My Freedom podcast. Like this is fucking awesome. I was jazzed up.
At my size, I'm on every Monday night.
Big megastar, babyface B. We don't. I don't think we look at anything like that. None of that stuff means like someone's got more than you. There's lots of people that have less than you. That's in like wherever you are in life. So I don't personally look at or care about.
There's always somebody bigger. There's always somebody smaller. But when it comes to YouTubers, I found most of them are just people. Mm-hmm. Most of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there's some guys who do know what we're doing here, and we try to get on, but they're, I get it. Like, some people, first of all, have a policy of not talking about certain things and playing it very,
can't taint themselves with the stink of our podcast.
Yes,
I say
exactly.
ours. It's Hank's podcast.
Yeah, it's ours. It's ours. They don't want to.
I told him not to do this at the beginning, so I can't take credit for any of it.
Right? No, you can. You've put in. You've definitely put in the work. You could take a little bit of credit.
I told Hank, what a waste of your time. 5 days a week. Why don't you do one night? How many episodes? 700 now.
Lola would have been very happy with that. This is 760.
I'm sure.
Yeah, this is 760. I think there's some people
that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, some people don't want to get down in the mud with us. Maybe they think we're in the mud.
That's part of it, though. We do get a little dirty. We get a little stinky sometimes on the podcast. I'm personally not afraid of approaching any topic and telling people my opinion on anything.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of people.
I've been more not like pushed back, but there's certain things I won't touch on my show, or there's certain topics that I won't touch, whether it be because like of my job. I don't want to offend anybody at my job, because like there's certain things like, yeah, dude, I drink on my podcast. Like I like craft beer, like I drink. I say the F word more regularly. I'm trying to keep it very down.
I'm trying. Yeah, I do the same thing. I try to keep it clean, but it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, we curse over here.
Oh, when Hank riles me up about politics.
Yeah.
But there's certain things, especially in the gun world, like I'll tell you off air, but like there's certain topics I have strong opinions on, but like I'm not gonna go too crazy, because like again, I've had subscribers come to the shop and like point me out and stuff like that, and like I would never want to like
that guy over there, fuck him in particular.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want that. Like I'd be mortified. Oh, I'd have that's an automatic anxiety attack right there on the floor. Like no.
I'm just my opinions. What's funny is my opinions aren't really that controversial. I think Walter's a little bit worse, a little more controversial than I am.
I think I think, Patrick, that you are passionate, and then sometimes, you get once you get set off, you get real belligerent. You don't hear anything. When you get set off, which I understand that. Like I get set off too. Walter could give two shits. But I think we don't try. We're not. Listen, there's a whole bunch of controversies that we ignore here. I'm not trying ever to get down in the mud and dirty or build what we're doing off of that. Ultimately, though, the truth is the truth. This is what I think, and I think that's our responsibility. If we get on a subject, to be honest to the folks out there who are tuning into us about something, right? Why lie about, like we were talking about the industry. I'm not knocking the industry. The people in the industry know they're freaking cheap. They know that. Everyone who's in this knows that they're cheap. So there's things that's what this is all about. Like we know what the truth is, and we put that out, but we don't spend every day trying to get into it, or we're not purposely every day trying to knock anyone down. We're trying to give the folks who are out there who maybe aren't connected like a real idea of what's going on. Go ahead,
anybody that is, I don't try to knock on anybody who is not in the public eye already. If you're already in the public eye, if you already put yourself out there, then I don't have a problem knocking on you, because you're putting yourself out there. And I would expect the same for me. I expect people to. In time, I'm only 25,000, so it's not like I'm big time. But in time,
you're growing fast, though. You're growing fast,
very fast.
I expect criticism, and I know that it's going to happen eventually, and it's gonna hurt. But I gotta get, you gotta expect the criticism. But
it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I think you just need to be yourself. And that's the thing. The end is near is trying to start trouble. He says, especially when Hank won't give BFP a ride home from the dealership.
God damn it. We are not.
You want to start that again? We've already dealt with that. That's already been. You know
who the end is near is? I don't know. I've recognized the name from a couple times. I don't know who it is though.
Yeah,
I'll admit that was probably one of the funniest times.
You thought that was funny?
Yeah.
But that was real. That was real. We go at each other. We're genuinely mad. We are genuinely friends. You know,
Yeah.
so Walter, Patrick, myself, and there's some other people like Richard of BWE, Flying Rich. There's other folks out there that are kind of in thing, and we're genuinely friends. But we go at each other. It's, you know, it's what it is.
Well, what
You know?
kept making
He's
me
still
laugh is
he's
the
still
matter
not
he
he's
got.
not over that. He's not over that.
Loyalty.
That's why I'm
and it's not
laughing.
even loyalty. Reliability is extremely important to me. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Well, I'll agree with you, Patrick. Loyalty is a big thing with me. Like, if you show me the fact that you're not just some, like, you know, XYZ type thing, if you are a generally nice person to me, you don't, you know, dick me around, you don't lie to me. Again, if I catch you talking behind me and saying I'm this, that, and the other thing,
it's done.
you're
You
done.
got one
You're
chance.
done.
It's done.
But
Yeah.
if within the first couple times that I've met you or like I've talked with you, you have my loyalty. There's certain companies that I have loyalty to, and I will, like, I work with on the channel, that I will never talk ill of. I will always support them because they helped me when I was small. There's certain channels that I have the immense, like, you know, I'm not just saying this because I'm on a show, but Hank, you're one of the creators that I have a lot of loyalty for, because when I was at a certain amount of size, you know, you took a chance, like, hey, let this kid come on, pimp his stuff. Like, I will always have loyalty to that. Again, you could be like, dude, that kid's an asshole, like, whatever, and then there it is.
Knows
But
that, like, I'll go well out of my way to help him out because
Yeah.
he's done the same for me.
Ken from K&M Arms says we're not friends. There he goes. I am friends with Ken from K&M Arms.
I don't know if friendship works that way. If you could just say you and I are friends, and the other person's like, no, yes, we are friends.
Ken is definitely my friend because he's got some badass guns, which I've shot and will continue to shoot. Clovertac is putting some news out here. Clovertac says Texas Senate passed concealed carry, not back to the House. I think he means now back to the House, then the governor signs, done deal.
Is that the universal carry? Is what he means?
I
I think that's what he's talking about, right? Like they have they're doing non-licensed concealed carry or something.
Yeah, he says he says screw that up, pass the Senate, back to the House, then the governor can sign. So we're getting close. We're getting close on that.
It's universal carry, right?
Yeah.
Or not universal. Yeah, yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah. See, listen, here's my thing. One of the reasons why I started this and why I wanted to do it more often the way that we're doing it here is because there's a lot of cliques, which I get it. I went to, in high school, there's cliques. You got your goths, your jocks, your whatevers, and in the gun world, there's cliques too. And I'm
cool with it being in the mediocrity clique. You know, we're not 10 million sub, people, but we do what we do. That's all right.
I think we're approaching Joe Rogan God status.
I just want to pass
at some
you
point
up.
here.
That's my goal is to pass up Hank. I just want to.
Oh, that's what the goal is.
That's one goal is to pass up Hank.
I already know that.
I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at realistic. Do I want to be 1 million subs? Yeah. Do I want to be 100,000 and get that gold play button? Yeah, I do.
100,000.
But I'm looking.
That's all I want.
Realistically, I'd like to, like, right now. My goal is to be over 1,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah, constitutional carry. Constitutional carry is what he's talking about. Sorry, I read the CC wrong. So listen, Babyface is a megalomaniac, man. He's not gonna be when he crushes me. It's not going to be the end. Then he's going to be like, well, next I want to crush Military Arms Channel. Then he's going to want to crush. He's going to want to crush Hickok 45. Then he's going to go after Demo Ranch. This is how his brain works.
I actually don't want to crush you. 100,000. Once I hit 100,000, I don't care about numbers after that. That's all I care about.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. My goal has always been 100,000. That's all I care about.
But here's the here's the crazy thing. We started this by talking about social media, right? Now on YouTube, I'm telling you guys something. The number of subscribers does not matter. It does not count.
It's true.
I have 115,000 subscribers on the main channel, and there's pizza in the house here. And on the Stranger Palooza, which is where we do car stuff, that's where I do the stuff with the van and different cars. I have military vehicles on there. I've got maybe 2,500 subscribers or something, and it's actually beating everything of the main Hank Strange channel because of what YouTube is doing. So it doesn't. That just goes to say that it doesn't really matter when you have people messing around with the game like that. It doesn't matter because we're gun people. And so this is one of the things for folks like yourself that are just getting into this and doing it. It's really, really tough. I mean, this is why I think like Patrick's numbers are amazing, and I don't think it's based solely on me. Obviously, you know, there's stuff that there's stuff that we've done, like, yeah, there's stuff that I've done that Walter's done. I think that definitely helps Patrick, but ultimately he's his own person, and he gets up, he makes his video, he puts it out there, he does it. We can't tell him shit.
No, nobody can.
You know, even when we're on the range and we're doing videos, he gets in a mood, he does his thing, we just go, oh, okay. You know, everyone steps back and does their thing, and so I think that, you know, that's what it's really about. If you do you, and it's difficult, I think, to be yourself on camera, and so it takes time. As time goes on, you'll get more and more yourself and figure out who you are. That's why I was trying to encourage you. Like, I would encourage you, if you're doing well on TikTok, I'm not saying drop the other things.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Yeah, keep doing it, man. You could do really well on there. So
be the TikTok guy.
Yeah.
So I could be the Charlie DeVerlio of the guy version of Charlie. Get my own Dunkin' Donuts drink, and
I'm not
if I
sure
knew who that was. Then absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that the skateboarding dude?
No, that's the Dunkin' Donuts chick from TikTok. She she literally made her fame on TikTok by dancing, and she literally has like I think close to 6 billion followers on TikTok.
So I would say this. As a gun guy, if you as a gun guy went on TikTok and started doing all those stupid chick dances that women do that are very unattractive. When I see women dancing like that, like not every woman is supposed to dance, okay? Some people, those stupid ass dances that they're doing on TikTok, it's unattractive, but I guess it's working. But I say if you start doing that, maybe shirt off or something, sans shirt. You know, maybe in a Speedo, you know. You never know, man. You might blow that whole thing up. Real talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put that in the back burner. I'll wear a Speedo and start working to WAP and
you're not
blowing off my Tech 9 as I do it.
Yeah.
You need a what's it, like a banana hammock like on Borat that goes all the way up. That's what you need.
Listen, be yourself. Be yourself and have fun. You don't know, and that's the thing that you need to do. Yeah, be yourself and have fun.
Love having fun.
Yeah, that's the thing to do.
It's funny. That's what I found is don't try to I found that if you try to emulate somebody, that person already has that niche in the market. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no point in emulating them. Do what you do, and you'll find people who are like-minded and like you, and it'll be like, yeah, that guy. I get along with that guy. We're right here. That's who I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, and I think that's
By the way, I don't have TikTok.
What
else other than YouTube? Do you have any other socials to follow?
So I have Instagram. I
will follow you on Instagram.
Rumble.
Yeah, let me show you Instagram here for a sec.
Is
I'm
it
on Rumble. I'm on Odyssey. Yep, shooting. On Instagram, I'm Shooting Gallery New England. That's comes right up.
Let me see. I was trying to search. I'll see if it comes. I don't know what's happening with my.
Shooting Gallery New England.
Do I not have what is going on here? I don't have the internet on my phone for some reason.
Yeah, but I'm on Gunstreamer. I'm on Full30. I'm on everywhere you can think of except like. Probably Twitter. I'm on Parler. I'm on everything.
Yeah, I'm following you on there. By the way, I see you. You threw up something there. Great. I'm gonna put great show. I encourage everyone to go over here and help Joe out.
Who's the megalomaniac
here? Listen, you know what it is that I don't. So with all the social media and everything, I'm not always on social media, and a lot of times, like you can get stuck on there. So a lot of times I have all these different social medias and things like that. I go on there, I post stuff, I look around, I try to like people's things and comment when I can, and then I get out. Because otherwise I'll see some dancing chick or whatever on there and I get stuck.
Lose it.
You know, and I can't...
Okay. I'll start wearing Daisy Dukes and start dancing, and I'll just make sure I tag.
Do you want to see what happens when I go to my search bar on
It's all women.
This is my search bar. This is what's in my search bar on
thick black ladies.
Yeah, there you go. This the internet's kind of slow. There's some muscle ladies on there, you know. I
With
like
Denzel
that
Washington.
league-
and
I
Dr.
wanna
Dre.
I wanna die of snoo snoo. You know, I mean, you know, it's a valid way to go. Yeah, there's Denzel and Dr. Dre. You know, but yeah,
Greatest rapper of all time.
mostly who's the greatest rapper of all time? Oh, here's the greatest
Dr.
rapper of all time, Biggie Smalls.
Died on March 9th. Biggie's R.I.P. Oh
Yeah.
man, I love Biggie.
Yeah, he died on my birthday.
Really? Oh no way! I didn't know your birthday was March 9th. That's my birthday is Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all
Hank,
a dream.
you know-
I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper. Up
Do you
in
know
the
what I'm
limousine.
doing for you right now, Hank?
What's
and
up?
you don't even know. You'll find out eventually, but I'll tell you right now.
Oh boy.
So I've been on a kick. I've been on a kick of playing GTA 5 again.
Uh huh.
I
Love
have
that game.
exclusively been listening to West Coast classics, which is like old school rap, just so I can
West
reference
Coast?
it on the podcast.
West Coast.
Oh, so you've been listening to like NWA?
yeah,
or-
been
That's
sipping
it.
gin and juice. Yeah.
Just so I can reference it on the podcast, so you'll
Okay.
feel
I
right.
can't wait until you go straight out of Compton. It's a crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna
That's
have to
right.
leave certain things out of there.
Yeah. I played that at work one day, and
Uh-huh.
my boss is like a very humble. He doesn't swear, and he was in the shop one day working on because we have an archery archery department too, and I have no interest in archery. It does nothing for me. So he was working on a bow, and I'm working on a gun, and I threw my hip hop playlist on because when in high school I thought I was a gangster. So. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I have a very found love for hip hop, and I was throwing some NWA on, and he just like looks around and he's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "NWA, the family. Come on, like get with it. Death Row represent, Toby."
Yeah.
And he's just like, he didn't he looked at me like
He
I
looks
had
at you and he's
six
like,
heads.
"Is that English? What did you just say?"
Yeah, he looked at me like I had 6 heads, and then like the next song was like Dre Day or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I think I've heard this song." I'm like, "I hope you have. It's one of the best
Snoop Dogg.
early."
The Dre Day.
Early 2000s.
Yeah. Dr. Dre. I think Dr. Dre is one of the best producers out there. I don't think he really wrote a lot of his stuff.
Yeah,
But he's definitely one of the best
Ice
producers.
Cube wrote most of.
in
that's the
his
thing, Ice
time.
Cube wrote most of it. He wrote most of Straight Outta Compton.
Mhm.
He wrote a lot of stuff when they came back together after Easy died, and they had that like failed tour of NWA, and then he's I don't care. Dre's the man.
I can't wait to see Babyface drop in gangster rap. I'm just and this is classic gangster
gonna
rap that you're going to be dropping.
Yeah.
Yep, the radio station is West Coast Classic, so it's all like '90s gangster rap.
So you're going to be
80s.
doing Bone Thugs,
Oh, there was a Bone Thugs. There was a Bone Thugs on the other day while I was playing, and I was like, I kind of like this. Who's this by? Bone Thugs. Okay, I know.
Yeah, remember
Bone
when
What's
Thugs.
happening? I got to play a little bit
Yeah.
more.
we were making fun one time of, was it Busy Bee from Bone Thugs? Who was
Yeah,
the one?
Busy Bone.
Busy Bone, yeah, Busy Bone from Bone Thugs, because that was the guy who. Do you remember this, Patrick? We talked about it. He was in his garage or something, acting all hard with like some old school, like some old guns, like long revolvers and like old school, Western coach guns and shit. And then someone called the cops on him because they saw him on his live acting all badass. And his wife comes in and goes, "The cops are here," and he goes. All the gangster went out of him.
Flowed right out of him.
Yeah,
And then
all
you get
that
someone like
gangster.
Suge Knight who's just like, I don't care. I'm gonna flash a handgun and
Suge Knight is somebody you don't screw with.
Yeah. Suge Knight.
I'm
is
just saying, you guys should definitely check out the Unsolved documentary on Tupac and Biggie. I just rewatched that. That was an excellent series.
There's a
And
movie coming out about that.
Suge
Yeah,
had them
I
all
can't
killed,
wait.
didn't he?
I personally think Suge had Biggie killed, and
Yeah.
I think I don't think he had Tupac killed.
So
I had Biggie killed.
Here's the thing that happened. I think that actually Johnny Depp is in the movie that's coming out about that. But here's what happened. So Biggie's mom was suing L.A., the police department in L.A. for like maybe $100 million or some massive number. And so they finally decided that they had to solve what was going on there, and they hired this guy who used to be a police officer he was a private investigator, and he went and figured out the whole thing. And I know we're running out of time here, but to make it short for you guys, there was obviously the whole East Coast West Coast thing that we know about going on between Biggie and between Puffy and Suge Knight, right? So every time Puffy and Bad Boy and those guys went to L.A., Suge Knight had gang members robbing them and all that kind of stuff, snatching their chains. So Puffy was paying rival gangs to do stuff to them. So what wound up happening is that Suge Knight and Tupac got into a fight with one of the people from that rival group, and then they decided to kill Tupac, which Suge Knight was in the car at the time. When Tupac died, Suge Knight decided, and I think he realized there was a connection to those guys to Puffy, and then Suge Knight decided that Biggie couldn't live, and then Biggie went out there and was driving around in not a bulletproof car with all of that going on. And yeah, that's how he wound up dying. So it's both of them. It's Suge Knight and Puffy that did all of that.
That basically like pushed it.
Yeah, their wars that they have going on, and Suge Knight's in prison, and I think he'll probably be in there for the rest of whatever life he's got left, or he's gonna come. Yeah, and Puffy meanwhile will always be rich and wealthy, while everyone else drops dead around him. So. And he'll have obviously no cares in the world about that, you know. But when the detective showed Biggie's mom and I saw this on Vlad TV and other places, when they when they showed her all the evidence, she dropped it. She dropped the case. It's like, so this is like reality of what happened. She realized that there's no case there.
There's nothing they can do.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, you know, this is how the world is, man, you know. Your friends can, the lesson to me, the moral of that story, your friends can get you dead.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Well, Hank, there's a conspiracy that Tupac and Biggie are actually, well, at least Tupac is still alive. There's always been that conspiracy theory around that he never died in the car. And he's
yeah, I know that that's still out there.
Where's he at? Where's he living at?
I think with Tupac, I think it's maybe possible that he just, because he came so close to death so many times, if he really did survive, maybe he just decided to get the hell out and run away somewhere before someone really did him in. But I think more than likely he's dead, and definitely Biggie is dead and gone.
Yeah, I know Biggie's dead, but I mean, if there's always that possibility, because he was a big Machiavelli reader, and you know he had like friends in Cuba allegedly. There always was that conspiracy that he not faked his death, but he survived, but he slipped away. And
I think that he just came too close. Your body can only take so much.
Yeah.
Your body can only take so much, and he went through too many things. So more than likely, he didn't make it. If he would have, by now, we would have known something about it. Look, people believe that Elvis is still around.
Oh gosh. Oh,
he got fat, and had a heart attack on a toilet.
Yeah,
I know, cocaine-induced heart attack. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way most. By the way, that's how most men go out. I know this is a hard thing for me to say at the end of the show. Most dudes die on the throne, on the porcelain throne.
Well, that's the thing. It's a full circle. We came onto the show talking about the porcelain throne. Now we're going out porcelain throne. It's full circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, listen. So let's wrap this up here. We actually we went through some time. Pretty quick here. It was a fun show. I'm going to start with Shooting Gallery NE while look at no, we're going to have to break for a second here. We got
God, that's adorable.
So we had pictures on Monday. Here's live.
Oh my gosh.
Video.
Yeah, is she starting to change? Her
color's changing. Yeah, she's a dapple, so she's going to be dapply.
Oh, cool.
She's adorable.
Isn't she the cutest?
Come on,
thing?
get her to get. Wait, that's not a good enough close up.
They want a close up. They want a close up.
She is adorable.
Is she the cutest damn thing?
She is so adorable. I keep trying to talk my wife.
And so is Marley. Marley's beautiful too. Okay, we got to get the.
Of course.
There we go.
Come on, look over here. Look, you got to look at the right place.
Oh, adorable.
Look right here.
Oh, there we go.
She's a puppy. What do you expect? She's like 11 weeks.
Yeah, we're not going to get perfection.
She's poor thing.
She's super excited.
I'll be down in a minute.
Super excited. Okay, so Shooting Gallery NE, tell the folks out there how they can support you, where they can follow you, etc., how they can communicate with you.
Well, you can follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/shooting gallery NE. That's where most of the main content is. But if you are on TikTok, you can check me out there, shooting gallery NE. You can also check me out on Patreon, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, Gunstreamer, Full30, pretty much everywhere except Twitter. But you can follow me anywhere. I have a podcast every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and relatively 2 channels. And if you do like cigar content and stuff like that, you can check me out on Smoke the Millennial. That is my B channel, where I do all my cigar reviews.
Awesome. Babyface P, I don't know where you do your cigar reviews. Probably you dabble in the Cuban sandwich, but
that's right. I partake in the Cuban. YouTube.com/
yeah, I forgot. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you partake of the Cuban.
I partake of the Cuban, yes. YouTube.com/babyfaceP. Instagram is baby_faceP. Every Monday, got a new video coming out. So
yeah, I want to see. Do you partake of the Cuban?
I partake. Next time I'm in Tampa, I'm going to partake of a Cuban live on video. Okay.
Oh boy. I don't know if you could actually show that over the internet, but nowadays, as long as it's not guns, there's a lot of stuff you could show. Obviously.
That's right.
Listen, for us, go to hankstrange.com. Also, if you guys want to support us, sign up for U.S. Law Shield. That's a great thing that you could do to protect yourself and your family, as well as you could save some money going through our link in the description. And there's a good deal for you guys in there. I'm gonna run in the end. We're gonna come back. I think we'll get Joe to leave us with the words of wisdom, right, Patrick? I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's run in the end here. Boom. Thanks to everyone for watching. I was tired, but this really lifted me up, so it gave me some energy. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell. We're gonna rip the audio out of this and throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places for audio podcasts. I thought this was a really fun show. I honestly, seriously, when I was coming on, I felt like I was having sunstroke or something from being out in the sun today. It was like on Mars here in Florida.
The podcast always makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does. You get ramped up. Gets ramped up. Hanging out with buds, all the folks out there. So drop some wisdom on us. There you go.
Well, it's pretty simple. It's very simple. Stay strapped or get clapped.
I like it.
You can't do anything better.
Yeah, can't argue with that. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.
See you guys.